The first minimalist video that I shared here on my YouTube channel, I talked about the 3 reasons why I wanted to become a minimalist. And the second reason on my list was that I wanted to reinvent myself. But now that I think about it, there may be another way of saying that, or maybe I can call it reason number 2B. And that is that I wanted to learn to be 100% happy with the real me instead of my fantasy self. See, your fantasy self is the person that you want to be. Or I want to take it a step further and say that it's also the person that you want others to think that you are. For example, let's say you love the idea of cooking. So you go out and you buy professional grade appliances and professional grade tools for your kitchen, and then you realize that cooking's not really my thing. But in that moment, your fantasy self was cooking 5-course meals every Sunday for dinner. Or maybe your fantasy self is very expressive and extroverted and very outgoing and always wanted to have people over the house at dinner parties and hang out, come watch the football game with the boys at the house. But the real you is kind of quiet and shy and likes their alone time. Doesn't have too many friends that they openly express to or talk to or have over their house. That's the fantasy you. That's the person that you want to be, or the person that you want others to think that you are. Maybe you go shopping, right? You go shopping for some new clothes and you pick out a style that you've never worn before in your life. But in that moment, while you're checking out, while you're trying them on in the mirror, your fantasy self is looking good. Your fantasy self is like, this is me, until you get home and those items sitting in your closet and you never wear them. For me, my fantasy self was a little bit more than just the material things that I owned or the clothes that I wore. It actually started to root itself into my personality. But it wasn't until I decided to break up with myself that I realized that I was off course. And sometimes for some of you, depending on your journey, you may need somebody in your life to be that reality check for you. I remember when I was growing up in high school, I had this nickname, and his nickname was Mr. Smooth, right? I had this personality about me that people just liked. And at first it was kind of cool, you know, it's kind of fun to have the whole school know you by this nickname. It's just, you know, one of those popular things and that you think about in high school. But that nickname carried itself with me through college and even after college and outside of my friend circle, people that didn't know me, my family. And it grew to be this persona that wasn't me. And that was a part of my fantasy self. I did things, I bought things, I acted a certain way to uphold this nickname I was given. And some of you may need that person to help you with that reality check, however you are or wherever you are in your journey. And my girlfriend was actually that reality check for me. There is plenty of times that she's checked me on some things. And a funny story in reference to material items, we were out shopping for something. I think I was trying on some new clothes. We was at H&M or something. And it was a style that I don't normally wear, never worn before. And I wanted to try it because my fantasy self, again, looked in the mirror and said, you know what, this looks kind of good, right? But I asked her, I said, hey, what do you think about this? You like this on me? And she gave me that look. She just gave me that look like, you're not going to wear that. And she was right, because those items actually just sat in my closet with the tags on them, unworn, and now they've been decluttered. But if I had listened, I would have realized that that was my fantasy self talking. That wasn't the real me. Those clothing items, that style wasn't me. That was this projected version of me that I wanted other people to see, that I wanted myself to be, because that's who I thought I was. Now, I say all of that to say this. If you're holding on to items that are more of a representation of your fantasy self instead of your real self, I really want to encourage you to build up the confidence to first break up with you and declutter those necessary items. There's no reason to hold on to them if they're not the real you, if they're a projection of something you're not. You have to be 100% confident in who you are. You want to make room in your life for the real version of you to shine through with confidence. Now, I really hope that helps you. It's something that has definitely helped me along my journey of decluttering, because I finally built up the confidence to break up with me, to break up with that fantasy version of myself. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit a thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And always remember, stay true to you. I see you in the next one. Peace.